Wow, it's been 278 days of no drinking alcohol. That gives you about around 9 months, y'all. That's crazy. February 28th was my 9 month mark of no alcohol. How has the journey been? I mean, it's been up and down, but for the most part, it's been exciting. I mean, I've pushed myself to this journey. Like, I never thought that I would be able to go without alcohol for so long. I mean, the goal was to do just 30 days, and I turned 30 days into 278 days. I mean, to me, that is a milestone within its own. There has been so many positive benefits of just not drinking alcohol that I would like to share with y'all. Now, this is going to be repetitive if this isn't your first video that you've seen on this channel, but I just want to maybe go more into details on how it's impacted others around me or what people have noticed about me, which I think is probably worth sharing for this 9 month milestone mark. First of all, I want to say my overall health has improved. Being able to have stable blood pressure, cholesterol levels great. I think at the start of this journey, I think I weighed in around 230 pounds and I'm already at 185. The goal is to get to about 180, so I'm already hitting that mark. Just from losing weight alone and eating better, I've noticed my strength and my endurance have been better. I've noticed I've been more alert. I've been able to hold conversations better. I'm on camera a lot, so I know how I've just been, feel like I've just been really good at just being able to just be on point with being on camera too. Like, I've noticed I'm just more fluent, more fresh, more creative, more witty. Like, I can come up with some cool little hits, like some really cool comments here and there, right off the fly, you know. So I think just having that clarity has been great too, you know. I noticed my endurance has been better. I've been waking up ready to rock and roll. I mean, there's been a couple of days where I felt a little sluggish. I will venture off like my eating habit, and sometimes I might have a little bit of extra sugar that day or whatnot, because lately I haven't really been eating a lot of like processed foods and stuff. So I've noticed when I do go out and I eat like some highly processed foods or stuff like that, or some like some oily foods and stuff, the next day I am beat up. Like, it was like, I'm telling you, like, my whole body just like aches, and I just feel sluggish when I don't even eat good. It's been great, physically, mentally. I mean, like I said, I mean, we're human. We have our ups and downs. We have our good days. We have our bad days. But for the most part, I really feel good about the choices that I've made in regards to just not drinking for 9 months. I feel like I've been able to handle relationships better. I feel like I've been able to work better. I feel like I've just been so much more creative. I've hit so many more milestones, knowing that I've just been focusing a lot on my hobbies and on my work stuff. I feel like my work has gotten better. I feel like I'm able and capable of going through a 8+ hour day without really draining myself mentally. I can go a little bit longer nowadays because, you know, I'm not waking up all sluggish, waking up all super anxious. So a lot of those factors aren't really there, because I felt like when I was drinking a lot of alcohol and stuff, I felt like it was bringing me down a little bit. I mean, I was going to the bars, spending like hours upon hours at the bars and restaurants, just drinking. And those hours could have been just me being more productive at home and getting stuff done. And on top of that, I wasn't working out. So because I was at the bar for 2 hours or whatever, I would come home and I'm not even in the mood to work out. I say, you know what, I'll work out in the morning. Morning comes, I'm already feeling a hangover, or my stomach hurts, or I'm just feeling a little sluggish. So then I push it to like 3-4 p.m. and then it's like, okay, now I'm ready to go back out and get some drinks. So then I end up skipping a workout because I want to go back out and start drinking again. So I think the hardest thing too was just trying to find a new routine, and that was like the first few months of just trying to like get a routine going. Now I feel like I have my routine now. Then I also have these other extra things that I do throughout the day, like whether it's creating content for my channels or hopping on here and trying to do something really cool on this channel. So I think it's just overall been such a great experience. I mean, guys, 9 months in, it's just an incredible feeling. Like, there has been moments too though where I do feel like, you know, maybe I'm not as fun as I used to be, because I'm not like going out and we're inviting people out for happy hours and stuff like that anymore. But I'm still the same person. I can still go out and be social and stuff like that. So it's just things that I have to deal with within, but outside of that, I just feel like I have more energy. I mean, it's literally like 9 o'clock and 9 p.m. and usually I'm already getting tired. I'm ready to go to bed or whatever because I've been drinking all day, and now I'm like I'm definitely not on the camera doing this. Like I'm full of energy right now. Right now, if I wanted to, I could probably get on the elliptical and do about 45 minutes right now, just because I have the extra energy. There has been some things that I felt like I've noticed throughout the 9 months. I've noticed lately I have been drinking a little bit more coffee than usual. My go-to is tea, so a lot of times I might drink like maybe a cup of black tea, maybe 2 cups of green tea, and maybe a cup of coffee. But lately it's been like maybe 3 cups of coffee, if not 3 cups, maybe 2 cups of coffee, and then a latte and stuff like that. I don't know what it is. I just feel like I've just been craving just something hot for one, and I've also been just craving like that caffeine boost, you know, because I'm not really getting any other type of like beverage dopamine hits, you know, like I'm not getting like that. I'm going out and having my first beer of the day, you know, like I'm not getting those type of dopamine hits. I don't get a lot of that throughout the day, so I feel like that is like what I'm craving these days. Is like I'll wake up in the morning, routine, you know, get my cup of coffee or whatever. But I don't think it's to the point where I have to really try to slow it down. But I have this week in particular. But this week for sure, I've been like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and try to have 1 cup of coffee, and then I'll do maybe 2 cups or whatever of like tea or something. Like even this weekend, I haven't even really had, but like I had 2 decaf coffees in the span of the weekend, and I had like a black tea and then 2 green teas. I didn't even touch coffee this week other than the decaf. So, or this weekend other than the decaf. So 9 months in, y'all, might as well go ahead and push it for a whole year. I mean, that's what, 3 more months around the corner, and boom, here we go, 1 year milestone. So let's keep at it. Hopefully this inspires you if you're just now starting. Again, I mean, it's a process. You go through it, you get comfortable, you get used to not having something in your life. It becomes routine, and then you start incorporating new things into your hobby, to your routine, your lifestyle, and then boom, before you know it, you're not even thinking about alcohol. You're not even thinking about drinking. Sometimes you're not thinking about drinking. I don't want to speak for everybody, but this is just how I was. I mean, first 3 months was crazy, but fourth, fifth, sixth month, I mean, I haven't really thought about it too much. And same thing right now, you know, like I said, we have our ups and downs, but we at it, man. We're doing it to it 9 months in. Thank you guys for sticking with me, rocking with me for this long. I never thought that people would be really interested in my journey. Let me know in the comments what y'all really want me to kind of talk about, or maybe go into more details. So I talked about the goods and the bads of you know, going through it. I talked about the withdrawals. I could talk a little bit more about my mental state, or about my fitness journey, or just my health journey in general while being on this 9-month journey. I could talk about my story in general, if you're curious to know about that. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Again, man, 9 months in, we're already in March, and I'm already feeling like this is going to be a good year. It's probably going to be one of my best years in my 30s, and I'm already excited for it. So till next time, I'll see you when I see you. Peace.